I had a career, I had my life, I had my path. And then came age.
Okay, beautiful people, I am confused. The judge just ruled on Harry's court case against the Sun about his particular claim. I'm confused. Are you the only ones, or am I, or I don't know. So let's really explore this, shall we? Siri, no te puedes seguir comiendo mi chinela, deja mi chinela. Hello, beautiful people. Okay, I am a bit confused. For a judge in the United Kingdom to underscore a word in a particular judgment, it means that they feel strongly about this or that statement that they're giving. So he says that he does not, basically he says he does not believe Prince Harry, Benicity, that Harry is not credible, that his statements lack credible because he contradicts himself. He can't say that he didn't know anything while at the same time in a later paragraph stating that he knew of a secret plan or arrangement between the palace and William and himself. He can't say he didn't know about the phone hacking scandals and then saying that it was all over the papers and, he just thought that he would bring it later on. So either he knew or he didn't know. So the judge is saying that he finds it implausible, that there is no credibility. There is no credibility to any of his claims. That basically he's a liar, not to be believed, because he doesn't know what the hell he's saying about the court case. That's pretty much what the judge is saying to Harry. I don't believe you. You lie. You're saying that the palace had this secret thing. So if the palace had this secret deal, then you knew about it. Then he said he didn't think about, he hadn't really thought about suing until he ran into Elton John's friend, lovely chap of a lawyer, somewhere either in France or Ibiza, because we don't even know where the hell these people are flying all over the place, right? So he knew about, that implies that he knew about this scandal, but he didn't think about suing until he met Elton John's friend. Now, let's not forget about little Elton John and his little todger. Yes, Elton John tried to sue the Sun, or actually lost a bid against the Sun, I believe, to keep his sexual harassment court case, or case that he had against him by an ex-bodyguard, not be made public. I don't know if you're following me. Elton John had a former bodyguard basically threatened legal action for sexual harassment against him because he felt he was being sexually harassed. He felt he was being sexually harassed by Elton John because Elton John kept saying to him, "Come and play with my todger." What is it with these people like Harry and Elton John calling it todger, So this is where we know, you see the link. So he lost that bid because he wanted to keep that private, because he made an out-of-court settlement, with this bodyguard. So he wanted this to remain private, but he lost that. So I guess he thought, wait a minute, he talked to Meghan Markle. Because Meghan Markle is, I'm with Elton John. I'm with Elton John. Because suddenly Meghan Markle has access to all of these stars. Did you ever wonder why Meghan Markle didn't invite George Clooney nor Serena Williams to her wedding to Trevor Engelson? Where was Jake Rosenberg, that photographer who was Meghan Markle's best buddies? The one that is the Soho one, the Soho, basically the Soho photographer, the Soho House photographer. Why did Meghan, where was George Clooney? Where was Amal Clooney? Where was Serena Williams? Where was Abigail Spencer? No. Of course, none of them were there. But they were there for Prince Harry. And the reason for that is because George Clooney is very buddy-buddies with Prince Charles. And Princess Eugenie and Princess Beatrice. So, yeah, that's a good question, right? So how did how did Elton John recruit Harry? Because first of all, Harry's stupid. Meghan talked him into it because Meghan wants to please Elton John. And she's litigious, and she thinks it's a great way to be in the papers. So that's how this court case came about. No proof, like the judge says. The Duke says this, alleges this, but he shows no evidence whatsoever. I mean, there's one even particularly a very embarrassing thing. Sorry, guys. For my new viewers, and thank you very much, all of you, for subscribing, liking, and sharing. Thank you so very much for all of this. By the way, I will be doing my live with the Angry Butnik at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time today, which is 7 p.m. the UK. Okay, and on Sunday I will have my live with about decoding crime, and it's going to be about Oprah, Sound of Freedom, Ron Burke, and Oprah's association to Soho House, and Meghan Markle. Okay, and Saturday I will have the members live, so please join, become a member. That helps the channel enormously, and you can get to phone in live. That'd be so awesome. And I wish any of you can participate. If any of my members wants to participate in the live, you know what to do. So yes, what are you waiting for? Thanks for the super chats and the PayPal donations. Thanks to those two lovely people who sent me donations for the school. Thank you very much for that. So I just wanted to say, for those of you who don't know who Siri, like, you know, Siri, like in Apple, that's my little baby girl. And don't be fooled by her size, because, yeah, she's not angelic. But anyways, so that's how this court case goes. The judge goes, it's so embarrassing that the judge goes as far as saying, you have no proof. You have nothing, Harry. You contradict yourself. You're making things up. That's pretty much what the judge said. There is no evidence. You say, that's basically what it is. And on top of that, because he said that he had a lawyer prior, but that the lawyer talked him out of it or said that there's nothing. So he had a lawyer. So he knew. So, and the judge says, because you had a lawyer prior and you were in talks with these people, it's reasonable to assume you would have had some sort of evidence that you would have submitted during the court, this particular claim. But of course not. Of course not. He doesn't have any proof or anything. He could, you know, if he had already an ongoing court case, why didn't he submit the evidence? That's basically what the judge is saying. Now you're wondering, why are you talking about all of this, Paula? We already know that the judge said that he can't take the hacking court case, his claims about phone hacking and other means. Basically, he's calling him a liar. Really, this is in terms, because he even underscored not credible. I think it's the part. It cannot be credible. He says the things that he's saying are not credible. So why? Because you see the headlines. Prince Harry's court case to go ahead. Hacking claims thrown, but the courts to go ahead. The court case to go ahead. The other claims to go ahead. Okay? That's the part that I'm confused. Because this judge, in no uncertain terms, says to Harry, I don't believe you. You're lying. There's no palace conspiracy. You don't have any evidence. You have pretty much lied, saying one thing in this paragraph and another thing in this paragraph, contradicting it completely. And your claim is out of, it's past deadline. it's already expired, your time, you have a certain amount of time to submit a claim. That is come and gone. That's what the judge is saying about the hacking, phone hacking, and, whatever. So, in one hand, the judge says that, but in the other one says that his other claims can go ahead to court, to trial. What other claims can there be when he's already been called not a credible witness and that he has no evidence? Can anybody here please explain that to me? Or is this related to the claims of the other claimants? But the papers are saying that Harry's court case, because in spite of the fact that there are many of them suing, there's quite a few people suing the Mail, the Sun, or the Murdoch papers. It's not just Harry. It's a bunch of them. I think it's Elton John, Sadie Frost, Elton John, Sadie Frost, I think Hugh Grant, and some other people. So it's not only Harry. So Harry's particular court case has been thrown out. But yet the judge says he can go ahead with the other claims? What other claims? He has none. They're saying about illegal means of subtracting, of obtaining information, but the time frame has passed. Because you see, up to a certain amount of time, anything done prior to 2012 or 2016 is not valid anymore, because the judge in his own judgment says that the deadline to submitting those claims have passed. And basically the papers have not been illegally obtaining any information about Prince Harry nor using private investigators or anything like that after 2016 when they settled everything. So Harry has no evidence. He is deemed not a credible witness. So what is there for him to testify to? When the judge itself, in my opinion, this is a consolation prize. This is the judge saying to Harry, I don't believe you, but because you're the king's son, we don't really want to discredit you publicly, and we're going to give you this little droplet, and we're going to go ahead. So Harry is still benefiting from being the king's son and having a royal title, which is exactly what Elton John, Hugh Grant, and the other B-listers were hoping it would happen, that the claim would not be completely thrown out because of Harry. Because the courts are still wanting to have Harry save face, which is exactly what's happened. It's exactly what's happened. So Elton John gets his way. Because this is driven by Elton John, because he's angry they published that article. And at the end of the video, I will leave the images and I will leave the articles linked. No, in the video description, not in the pinned comments. I want to explain something. I don't allow links in the comments because then I get a lot of a word that rhymes with corn but starts with a P. Links in the comment section. This is why comments with the comments under the videos are not with links are not, you don't see them and they're not allowed, because I used to get so much porn links there, so I don't do that anymore. So that's why I don't do it. But in the video description, I will leave the articles about Elton John's court case, settling the court cases as sexual harassment court case that the Sun published. So yes, so Elton John got what he wanted. The court case goes ahead because the judge wants Harry to save face. In spite of the fact that the judge has very clearly and even underscored the fact that Prince Harry's testimony, nor his claims, nor his lack of proof are not credible. In spite of the fact that he says that Harry, he's a liar. I mean, in legal jargon, that's what the judge is saying. You are a liar, Harry. We do not believe anything you say. All what you allege here, it's basic. You contradicted yourself in our lies. Why is he then, in the second instance, goes and says, but you can still go to trial for other things that you still don't have proof to? Why? Because it relates to Elton John. So now they're making this about Prince Harry's court case, in spite of the fact that that is not the case. He can be a witness, from what I understood, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, he can be a witness for the other claimants. Because the other claimants may have a claim to illegal gathering and stuff like that. Especially Elton John, because Elton John wants to know how the Sun found out about his sexual harassment settlement. That's what Elton John wants to find out. How the Sun or the papers, Murdoch, found out about his little sexual harassment court case. Because he can't even understand that it probably was the same guy. Because the same guy was not getting anywhere. The ex-employee was not getting anywhere. So he decided to leak it to increase his payout from Elton John. But this is where we're at. Elton John using the royal idiot to get his case to go through in the UK courts. Making it all about Prince Harry's case when it's not. Genius move from Elton. And Prince Harry is an imbecile. This man is an imbecile with his greedy, skanky wife, Meghan Markle. Elton, we managed. I can just imagine Meghan calling him. Elton, the case is going through in spite of the fact that nobody believed Harry. How embarrassing. Check the images I'm going to leave here so you can look at Elton John's sexual harassment claim, because he did want to keep it private, and the Sun won, I believe, the Murdoch people won the right to publish it. I mean, and please clarify to me, was this done to save Harry's face, for Harry to allow to save face? And this is why I'm so angry about him being allowed to use the royal titles. Anyways, please join me today to do the live with Pat. And on Saturday, I'm going to do the members live. Yes, I'm so looking forward to it. So much juicy stuff. And then on Sunday, I will have the Coding Crime with Ron, and we're going to discuss Oprah's links to Soho House and all these shady people with the Sound of Freedom.